The ability to speak does not make one intelligent. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Folks, today I want to talk more about GAC. After this, we're probably going to skip to guides. Let me know if you want to learn GAC from scratch almost. If you're interested in exploring that, let me know in the comments below what you would like to hear from me. What kind of guides? Like, what could I make a guide that says, like, if you're going to play GAC, I recommend you remod this squad first, and then this squad and this squad? Would you prefer just a guide on how to mod your Galactic Legends? I don't know. Would you like just like a real simple like GAC 101 kind of video? Let me know in the comments, guys. I would like to be of as much help and service as I can, because I realize that this can be a really tough thing for a lot of people. I really hope that people will stay open-minded and actually try this thing that is actually maybe not as bad as they think. Maybe it is as bad. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep my mind open too. I do know that there are some people who are going to quit, and sorry to hear that. I really am. I don't want you guys to. I don't want anyone to quit this game because of something like this. I mean, if we're just being totally upfront, this is going to personally help me quite a bit in this game, assuming that this doesn't like kill the game. But this is great for my channel, for my account, for all three of my accounts. Actually, this is really good. And so I don't mean to be disingenuous when I say, like, I think it's going to be great. I know that some people are frustrated. I know the free-to-play group is especially feeling affected and like totally dismissed, and I get that as well. So I don't know. I hope we can have this discussion today, guys. We talk about some of the good, some of the bad, and we can come to some conclusions here today. And I do want to also point out we have Darth Talon coming to the game. Don't have the kit yet, but I can show you guys the little graphic that is that we've seen from Reality Skewed Gamers that was released a little bit later. So lots of things going on, folks. And if you want to listen to the podcast that I recorded about this exact topic, then you can go to the video description, check that out. If you want to talk to like-minded individuals who want to talk about GAC, you can go to the Discord server in the link in the video description. And there's lots of different options, folks. You could even go and just buy some merch of mine if you really wanted to, guys. I mean, that seems just super wise. That's also in the link and in the video description. I'm just being foolish, but okay. Let's. I want to show you guys a distribution thing. Someone made this. This is pretty cool. I don't know. It's not like the coolest thing ever, but okay. So made by our friend Fadalorian, and he's got this graphed out. I don't want to spend a huge amount of time on this. I actually did an earlier take where I spent like 5 minutes talking about this, and I don't think it's going to be worth talking too much about it. But what's discovered, so this is something that's derived from what CG has released, and it's like, why couldn't they just make it this way in the first place? But look at the top row. Like, the columns is all about what your win-loss record would be in one season of GAC, and then look at the Kyber versus Kyber 1 all the way through Rhodium 5, and that is where your initial placement might be depending on your GP, and then you'll go up and down depending on how you do week to week. But if you are in the green area, if you're in Kyber 1, even if you've gone 5 and 7 over the course of the season, you're still actually making more crystals in that one day, or in that 1 month, that 5-week period, than you would the entire than you would have if you got top #1 spot in GAC, or sorry, in a squad arena. So, like, some people who have really high GP are going to be able to do this. Now, I realize not everyone has super high GP, and I'm not trying to tell you that free-to-play is just in a great, amazing, happy spot. Though I do think that maybe people are overreacting a little bit. So if you're in the yellow, that means that you're getting like essentially second place, like depending on what, you get second place in the squad arena every day, and you get if you're yellow, and then red is still within that top 5 range, I believe. So I'm guessing that some of the lower ones aren't, but the column on the very far right is if you go 6 and 6, depending on which league you're in and everything. We've got to get used to this terminology, folks. But if you go 6 and 6, that's your average crystal income. So, if you're in Kyber 1 and you go 6 and 6, you're going to get 552. If you get if you go 12 and 0, your average crystal income is actually just pretty insane. You get a ton of crystals. It's going to be pretty rare to go 12 and 0 in Kyber 1, but I'm guessing that'll happen sometimes. So, there is that, and it's worth taking a look. You can find it in the Discord server, like I just mentioned it, folks. Just mentioned it. In the video description is where you can find the link. So there is that, and then let's look at Darth Talon real quick, guys. Here, so Reality Skewed Gamers, our buddies over there, had an exclusive release, and Darth Talon looks like she's going to go well with Treya in GAC specifically. I am actually just very amazed by the fact that she is capable of being safe for work. Like they did a great job on her. Like if you look her up, I would recommend looking her up in a safe for work, or in a place that's like not at work, because she's typically not going to be clothed the way that would be beneficial to you being able to see on at work. Maybe you'd benefit from it, but all I'm trying to say, folks, is they did a great job with the art. The art department did a great job of just showing, keeping her aesthetic while keeping her safe for work. So looks like she's gonna be good. Probably just with trio. Maybe she'll just go with Sith Eternal though, just for funsies. So should be cool. I think we'll get her kit and the Mara Jade kit this week, and probably get released this week as well, and then we'll get the Star Killer kit next week, if I had to guess. But I think that's all we need from that little slideshow. So let's actually go to the B-reel footage, and we'll talk about some stuff. You guys can just hang out and watch as I disappear. There we go. Whoa, madness! Why are we in the video reel room? Madness. Okay. All right. So I'll play the B-reel, and then I'm going to talk about some good things, some bad things, and let you go. Hopefully we get you out of here in under 20. But all right, let's talk about a couple bad things, folks. First, we'll go negative, unfortunately, just because that tends to be the thing that a lot of people. I need to acknowledge some of these things. I don't want to just sound all flowery. Plus, the good stuff is later. Like, it's nice to close on a happier note. So the first thing that's potentially bad is Omicron situation. Before, it was going to be, okay, so if you're in a territory war guild, if you're in a PvP guild, then you have a lot of pressure to keep your Omicrons for the new Boba, because in territory wars he's basically going to be a new galactic legend. He looks very good, but he's going to need all 3 Omicrons. But now, before this, it was like, okay, so you should do that because GAC is just for fun. You don't get crazy rewards, and even though that would hurt some people, make them sad, then the material benefit from everyone using the territory war Omicrons was going to be a lot better. Now it's different. People are going to benefit a lot more from having really good GAC Omicrons, because they are going to be getting so many crystals that are tied to success in GAC, and Omicrons are a great way to help you succeed in GAC. And so now guilds are going to say, like, okay, you can't help your guild and help yourself at the same time, which is problematic, I think, in my opinion. I would like to have an option to help with both, and they're not giving it to us. So that could be an option or issue. Now, I think another bad thing, and this is maybe just the most obvious thing, is some people just don't like GAC. And whereas I don't relate on a personal level, I love GAC, that's the whole reason I play this game in the first place, I do think that it stands like it's a pretty valid reason too. If you don't like GAC and you're still in it, like you're forced to play it. I don't know why you would want to. If Conquest was suddenly like more prominent and I had to play it all the time, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would go for that. I'd be pretty frustrated at the very least, and so that is absolutely a bad thing for some people. I hope that we can get a lot of people to convert and start playing GAC seriously and enjoy it. I think that's more possible than a lot of people are assuming, but we don't need to dwell on that. I think that the thing that I want to talk about most, actually, and this is from the thumbnail, actually, is the one group that don't benefit from this, like the benefit the least from all of this, the kind of get screwed, are the people who are in a they're in a shard. They have an account that's newer, like new players, and they have like a galactic legend. Either they like were really careful and got that character really focused, got a galactic legend, and they're getting first place every time in arena, or they spend a bunch of money. Either way, both are valid. I think that the issue is some new players are just going to be screwed because they're going to be stuck in chromium or bronzium or whatever. They can't make that kind of crazy crystal income that they had been. Now, one mitigating factor, folks, is not all of your crystal income is going to be taken. Some of it's going to be coming from fleets still, if that's something you do. I'm not trying to say that therefore you should just shut up and be happy. I'm just trying to say there are mitigating circumstances. There are also mitigating circumstances in the sense that we're also getting a bunch of rewards for winning. Every time, it's not just what we used to get, we're also getting a few things that are good, like a lot of gear, a lot of the gear changes that the rewards that we're getting. We're just getting a lot more stuff as a reward, and I'm not saying that replaces your crystals. It doesn't, but it is also another factor to take into consideration. Now, another thing that people are talking about is the ELO hell, and ELO is just the tournament system basically of this game that's going to be happening, where as you continue to match up with people and win and lose, that's going to continue to pair you with increasingly more difficult players as you win, or increasingly less difficult people if you lose. And eventually the idea is you're going to get to a place where you're at like 6 and 6, like you're just going to go 500. You're going to win half of your matches, and I think that is perceived to be very frustrating. I think, and I don't mean to talk down to people. Like, I think it is just frustrating that maybe we'll just end up going 6 and 6 every season. But as long as we're maintaining it and stuff, I think that it could be really frustrating, honestly. Like, so let's say that you have like one galactic legend and you are, or two, whatever, and you fight and you keep advancing, and eventually you're going to mate up with someone who has like 2 or 3 million more GP than you, and they suck, they're terrible, they're not good at playing, and you are just screwed anyways because they have like 5 or 6 galactic legends and you can't get past it. They just place all of them on defense and you are just screwed, and that's not fun, even as you're earning your own matchups. And there's a reason that you're getting the matchups that you're getting. The matchmaking isn't broken, it's just the ELO system, and I think it's valid to be a little concerned about that, frankly. So then the only other bad thing, folks, on my list, I know that there might be other ones, I don't mean to cancel you here, but I do want to make sure that you understand too, like crazy team placement. My alt is going to be in Kyber to start with. Whether or not he's going to stay there is another question, but I'm going to have to place 11 teams on defense. It's going to be ridiculous. I previously had to place 7, and 7 was a stretch already. Trying to place 11 and trying to attack against 11 is just not plausible. It's not for my GP. I can't, and I'll be in Kyber 2. Kyber 1 is going to even be worse. So, sorry, I'll be in Kyber 4 on that account, and it's going to be ridiculous. So, I don't know. It seems pretty silly. Now, the biggest awesome thing about this, guys, we're going to go positive here now and talk about Squad Arena is going to be gone. I personally have always hated Squad Arena. You have to hang out and stare at your phone for an hour. Even if you're hitting auto, you have to keep track. Every 10 minutes, you have to go in and attack, and it's just really draining. Now, how many people, I don't think I've ever met someone who's like, yeah, my favorite game mode is Squad Arena. Yep, it's pretty fun. Like, let me know in the comments, like, is that anyone's favorite game mode? Like, I don't believe you, actually. I already don't believe you guys. I don't, Squad Arena isn't anyone's favorite. I don't think. Let me know. Maybe I'll try to believe you guys. But okay, I'm skeptical though. I am very skeptical. I think Squad Arena is the most boring, awful thing in the world, and I am so glad that we're moving past it personally. But I mean, I know that people saw it as a necessary evil as well, and some people probably did actually like it. One thing, though, that I also just really super adore is the fact that we don't have to rely on shard chats anymore. We don't have to make, like, I have a great shard chat. They're great. We all coordinate. We make sure that we don't snipe each other. We all get our good payouts. Wonderful. But there are other ones that are just some people who are just a bag of dicks, and they refuse to let other people get their payouts just for super arbitrary reasons that don't make much sense. And so I am pretty excited for people to be able to finally get to the point where they don't have to rely on these shard mafias, and we can be free of all of that madness. CG could never do anything against them, not that they never ever cared, but if they did, they had no recourse. They can't punish people for doing something outside of the game and talking to, organizing on Discord. This will be better, I think. So, if you play both Arena and Grand Arena already, this is also a really great change because it's going to save a lot of time. I don't climb in Arena all the time because I can't. It's not really an option for me as a content creator. Sometimes I just have to ignore I just have to ignore it. And so, unfortunately, now I'll be able to just get my max payout or whatever it is, so somewhere close to that. So, I mean, it's going to save me a ton of time, and sometimes it's just going to give me more rewards because I didn't have the time before, and I wasn't going to now, except they just handed it to me. So another awesome thing is now that Arena is available, we kind of have a sandbox. We kind of have an arena where we can play. Like, we have the opportunity to test things, and I hope the CG takes away all the crystal requirements and everything from this, from the arena, and let's us test as much as we want. I would really appreciate it. I think that's a game mode, a small percentage of the gameplay, the population, the player base, whatever words you guys want to use. I'm using some words, you guys use others, etc. But I'm excited for the sandbox potential of Arena. That could be really cool. Now, I think another cool thing is, do you auto-register in GAC, guys? Like, I mean, no one auto-registers. You have to click to join. And now I think that they're just going to let us... I think everyone's just going to be signed up, whether they want to be or not. I think they're going to be signed up, and that'll be exciting because I don't know how many times I've strained my eyeballs rolling them when people claim that they've registered for GAC and then just haven't, and it's just like they're trying to save face, and I get that, but I don't know. I've never forgotten to do it. No, I have forgotten to do it on Prevail Man, and it was embarrassing, but I just owned it because I forgot. It wasn't just a bug that people conveniently say that it is. And so I know that I'm probably going on too long about this, but it's always kind of irked me. So it'll be fun to just avoid that topic entirely. Now, competitive matchmaking, we've already talked about that a little bit. Should be cool to have a self-correcting system. I'm excited about that. And then we also get a week off every 5 weeks. One of those weeks is just a week that we only receive crystals, and we don't actually have to do a single damn thing about it. We only have to do something 3 times a week, in fact. So it's a pretty good deal, in my opinion, guys. Now, you might ask why they changed all of the division things to, have expanded divisions and everything if they were going to go through this weird, like, new tournament system or ladder system, and I have no idea. That's a good question. I would love to know. But I think I'm going to call it good here, guys. There's a lot of topics here. I hope that we can all get through this. I don't mean to tell anyone that they should just be happy. I hope that we can find a way as a community, though, through this. And let me know what I can do to help. I'm not going to just coach you through things. Unless you want to join my Patreon, that's great. I need to Patreon. I need to revamp a couple things. But, I do think that... I think we can do this, though, guys. Let me know what guides you want. Let me know what things would help, and hopefully we can do it. Otherwise, hit that sub button, hit that like button. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zareth prevails, and he wants you to prevail too, I think. I do. I'm pretty sure. Take care, guys.